We discussed in the previous section regarding the power amplifier, class A power amplifier and class B power amplifier, and we also discussed that the class B power amplifier is having high efficiency but it is having more distortions. So how these distortions are going to be produced and how we have to calculate the distortion, or else how we need to analyze the distortions. So according to that we will discuss, and these distortions are in general known to be harmonic distortions. Harmonic distortions are nothing but the distortions which are produced because of the fundamental frequency. So suppose if any signal is having a fundamental frequency of say f, the harmonic distortions will be produced by the frequency components 2f, 3f, 4f and so on. That should be a fundamental, that should be the multiple of the fundamental frequency f. So because our device is a nonlinear device, which is a transistor, so let us consider the collector current is assumed to be like IC equal to Im cos omega t. So because this respective current is produced with the output of a nonlinear device, so because of the nonlinearity, suppose if I consider the nonlinear equation to be some sort of like ax plus bx square plus cx cube and so on. So where we are going to consider the collector current to be this nonlinear equation, and suppose if I substitute the collector current in this nonlinear equation, I will get something like this. And after applying few basics of the trigonometry, cos square omega t can be written in terms of like cos 2 omega t. In the same way, cos cube omega t can be written in terms of cos plus cos 3 omega t terms. So in such a way, if I solve the for general equation, I could get the equation like this. So b1 cos omega t plus b2 cos 2 omega t plus b3 cos 3 omega t and so on, and we have a DC value as ICQ, and in this the cos omega t is known to be the fundamental frequency, and all these components are known to be harmonic frequency components, and these are the main cause of distortion. And this distortion is generally defined to be D2, which is because of the second harmonic components, D3 because of third harmonic components, D4 because of fourth harmonic components. And these distortions are calculated with respect to the fundamental frequency component, that is B1. So in case if we consider a total power which is generated by the output of an amplifier, the total power is given to be P equal to power due to the first component, power due to the second, power due to the third and so on. So as far as we know that any signal having a format of A cos omega t will have a power of A square by 2. So for that case, so the power which is AC power, so strictly this is AC power. So the AC power which is delivered by all these components will be B1 square by 2 plus B2 square by 2 plus and so on. In case if we take B1 as common, B1 square as common, so if I take B1 square common from this, I could get B1 square by 2 into 1 plus B2 square by B1 square plus B3 square by B1 square and so on. And we already defined that this is the distortion due to second harmonic, this is the distortion due to the third harmonic and so on. So that this is due to the fundamental frequency, hence this is our main component. So that is the power due to first component into 1 plus d2 square plus d3 square and so on, and all these components represent the distortion. So we can represent simply as d square, so that where d is given to be square root of d2 square plus d3 square and so on. So this equation implies that suppose in case if the distortions are of 10%. So for the 10% distortions, the amount of increase P into 1 plus, because it is 10%, 0.1 square. So this will be 1.01 P1. So the power will be increased with an amount of 1%. So for 10% of distortion, the amount of power will be increased with 1%. So that is the effect of distortions on our power, output AC power. So these distortions can be removed or can be reduced using a special category of arrangement of the amplifier known as push-pull amplifier. So push-pull amplifier uses two center tap transformers, where the purpose of the center tap transformer is to invert the input signal, where the input signal is a sinusoidal signal, and this sinusoidal signal is splitted into two parts, where one will be in phase with the input and another will be out of phase with the input, as shown like this. And we are going to use two transistors, where one transistor is going to respond in invert region and another transistor is going to respond in another invert region, so that the output will be something like this. So this is the output of our first transistor and this is the output of our second transistor. Because of the center tap transformer which is connected across the load, even this output of Q2 is again inverted like this. Now after adding these two in this transformer, the output load is driven with a complete cycle which is having high strength. Hence, using this push-pull amplifier under class A power amplifier case, what we can do is, in case if there are any distortions, we can remove the distortions. Distortions are completely removed. And also, the strength is increased. But basically, this push-pull amplifier is not exactly defined for class A. The basic need of this push-pull amplifier is for the usage of class B, where the distortions were very high. We need to remove the distortions. So the operation is same as class A power amplifier. The input is a sinusoidal signal. We use the input is a sinusoidal signal. We use the center tap transformer, where the center tap transformer is going to split the input into two signals, which is where one is in phase and one is out of phase. And here in this case, because it is class B, there is no biasing here. If you observe, there are no R1 and R2 connected over here. Hence, one transistor is going to respond for positive cycle and another transistor is going to respond for the negative cycle. So, using another transformer, center tap transformer, these two half cycles are combined at the load, so that we can get a complete cycle with high strength. This is the operation of the class B. Now coming to the current which is flowing through the power supply. If you observe the power supply during 0 to pi, this transistor is going to respond because it is positive cycle. And during pi to 2 pi, this transistor is going to respond because this is negative cycle. And even in 0 to 2 pi, there exists a current through VCC, and even from pi to 2 pi, there exists a current through VCC. Hence, VCC drives current for complete cycle of the input. This point we need to remember. And now coming to the DC. DC power which is delivered by the power supply is given to be VDC into IDC as usual, and this VDC is our power supply VCC. And now coming to this value of IDC, because as we discussed earlier, from 0 to pi, from the current directions, the power supply is going to drive positive current, and according to the direction of this current, this negative cycle is inverted back so that it is again converted into a positive cycle. So this is from 0 to pi and this is from pi to 2 pi. So the current through the power supply is similar to our full wave rectifier, and the DC value of the full wave rectifier is given to be 2 Vm by pi, where Vm is the maximum value, and hence the current IDC is given to be 2 Im by pi, or else 2 IC max by pi. So we have our DC voltage as VCC and DC current as 2 into IC max by pi, and this gives our input DC power. And coming to the AC power, because the output is complete cycle, the RMS values are given to be Vm by root 2 and Im by root 2. So this comes as 1 by 2 VCC into IC max. So for the value of efficiency, AC power by DC power, which gives us 78%. So using push-pull amplifier or regular power amplifier, class B will always have an efficiency of 78%. But the advantage of this respective arrangement is it is going to remove the distortions completely. So the harmonic distortions are completely removed. Efficiency is high. But now comes the another problem, and that problem is because this transistor is going to conduct during the positive cycle, this transistor is going to conduct during the negative cycle. As in the case of ideal, we can consider the transistor will conduct for entire positive cycle. But in the case of non-ideal condition, the transistor is not going to conduct for the entire positive cycle. It is going to conduct only for this part of the positive cycle. And this respective value will be from 0 to V gamma. So either of this transistor or this transistor is not going to conduct in between 0.7 volts, that is in between plus or minus V gamma value. So when input lies in between plus or minus V gamma, Q1 and Q2 both will be in off state. Because these two are in off state, the output will not be exactly a sinusoidal signal. In the case of large signals, this respective distortion can be removed. But in the case of small signals, the output will be something like this. And these distortions are known to be crossover distortions. So the drawback of push-pull power amplifier is it is going to increase the efficiency, it is going to reduce all the harmonic distortion, but it is going to create crossover distortions. So this crossover distortion, where we have discussed already, this part is because of non-conducting state of Q1 and Q2. So in order to remove this respective crossover distortion, we are going to use another push-pull power amplifier known as class AB. As the name itself suggests, this is the combination of A and B. So considering class A, where the operating point was fixed here, considering class B, where the operating point was fixed in cutoff region. Now class AB power amplifier, the operating point is located or fixed in between these two, that is slightly above the cutoff region, so that more than half a cycle the device is going to conduct. Hence the conduction angle of class AB will be in between 180 to 360. The operation is similar to our class A power amplifier, and if you observe the circuit arrangement, this circuit arrangement is also similar to our class A push-pull amplifier. The only difference here is because the operating point is to be located close to the cutoff region, the value of R2 is chosen small when compared to our class A power amplifier. Because when R2 value is small, the biasing across the transistor will be small, so that the transistor will not be completely in the active region, but it will be in conducting state which is close to cutoff region, so that the operating point is fixed as shown in this diagram. So under the discussion of our class AB power amplifier, of course the distortions are completely zero because it is push-pull arrangement. We don't have harmonic distortions because the operating point is located slightly above the cutoff region. There will not be any crossover distortions, but the efficiency is somehow higher than class A, but it is less than class B. So the efficiency got reduced. So in order to maintain that efficiency, we'll go with another arrangement known as complementary symmetry power amplifier.